Hi folks, Gregory Cockery here in the Wildwood lair. We thought it'd be fun to tell some stories again. Story time. You know, last year I bought a 53 Telly, ladies and gentlemen. I had to cull the herd a little bit in order to appropriate that instrument, because I just can't have more and more guitars. That's always met with an icy cool on the home front. Who knows about that? Fellas? There's some hands being raised in the background here. And I actually I bought a guitar, Collector's Choice number 15 a few years back, a Greg Martin Les Paul that I really liked quite a bit. And I had it wired in the middle position so that it would do the Peter Green thing. And regrettably, I sold that instrument because I was also, in addition to buying the 53 Telly, there's also a 55 Les Paul with P90s that's been refinished that's in the arsenal. So these guitars were a considerable investment. So I got rid of some other things. But I really miss that Greg Martin and especially that Peter Green wiring. So lo and behold, this guitar came in, and this is basically a recreation of a custom shop, Gibson Custom Shop recreation of Peter Green's 59 Les Paul. The neck profile is supposed to be indicative of it, and as you can see, the neck pickup, the pole pieces are reversed, or they're backward, and that's, of course, on Peter Green's guitar, you had the same thing. And the middle position does that out of phase thing, and I want to show that because there are people out there that don't think that this sound is used very much or that it's very usable, and I'm here to tell you that is poopin' schmellen, which is a German word for nonsense. Actually, that's not even a word, but I think it is now. I think that's poopin' schmellen. That's good. I think that says, hey, instead of saying that's BS, okay, friends, we could say it's poopin' schmellen. Now, I used this sound on the opening track of the Cock Marshall Trio record, Toby Arrives, the song Toby Arrives. I was using that Greg Martin Les Paul in that middle position initially, going into a Vibrolux, and I started out with this. In that middle position, these two pickups are out of phase. But what's really cool about this particular wiring and what makes it so versatile is that if you back off on either volume control, either the treble or the rhythm pickup, when you're in this position, you can hear how it changes tone. So here it is with, does that Albert King? Back off, just a little bit. Hear that? So full up, it's real kind of thin, and but just turn it down a little bit. It fattens up. Now, for those of you who don't know who Peter Green was, I want to say, first of all, shame on you. But Peter Green was a legendary British guitarist that took over Eric Clapton's position in John Mayall's Blues Breakers circa 1965 or 60, I think it was late 65, 66. And his playing was beautiful, and he had a great singing voice as well. So it wasn't too long after that, that he started his own band called Fleetwood Mac, but it was really the Peter Green group. But he was a very magnanimous individual, and he named it Fleetwood Mac because he told Mick Fleetwood and John McVie, he's like, we're going to call it this because you're a drummer and the bass player. This way, if we come and go, you guys will always have something you can hang on to as the namesake. If that turned out for them, huh? What? But he started the band. It was his band, and it was fueled by his beautiful singing and songwriting and legendary, tasteful blues guitar meanderings. They weren't meanderings, they were gloriously, he just was a very tasteful player and had this glorious sound. And he did a very indicative of B.B. King, but a lot of times we need to be in that middle position. Turn that thing down. the idea. Anyways, Peter Green kind of had some personal issues that necessitated him leaving the band after a record came out called Then Play On, which had that song on it. So on and so forth. And he was never to return. He's never been quite the same. So for that brief period of time between, 66 and 1970, not dissimilar from the period of time, actually it's the exact period of time that Hendrix was around for. You had the beautiful guitar stylings and songwriting and singing of Peter Green being enjoyed by millions of people across the globe. But his legend as a guitar player just remains undiminished for the hardcore, especially the Les Paulites. And this guitar that this it's based on his original 59, which is now owned by Kirk Hammett. Is it Hammett? What's that guy's name? Sorry, I wasn't a big Metallica fan. Not that I'm judging anybody who is. Please don't judge me. We all have our own tastes, right? I'm not judging. You like what you like. Anyways, old Kirk now owns that original Peter Green Les Paul. I think Gary Moore had it for a while as well. But I just love that in-between sound. It's just very, very usable to me, and it's just more, it makes it even more versatile. And the way that it's actually wired is you turn the magnet around. I saw Troy do it once. There's just an electronic way of doing it, where you do it with the wiring as far as being out of phase, and then there's actually turning the pickup around. And I think this one just, even though I have people saying, well, there's no difference between one or the other, but I think there is. This one's just got a little bit more meat to it, especially when you turn on that volume. It's just a glorious sound. Anyways, I hope that was instructive for you in any way, shape, or form. This is a wiring that can be done on any guitar with humbuckers. I don't think you just have to have somebody who knows what they're doing to do it. Or I'm sure there's a way to do it online. I'm sure there's everything on YouTube that says, get the Peter Green wiring, this is how you do it, first of all. You know what I mean, that kind of stuff. So anyway, are there a few more of these guitars that'll be available? Or are they all gone?
One or two, maybe.
One or two, maybe. So by the time this video comes out, they may be all gone. But you may want to check out the website, wildwoodguitars.com, or place a call to one of your glorious sales personnel there that'll be more than happy to look into the situation for you. Can you dig it? All right, Gregory Cockery here in the Wildwood Lair with this glorious 1959 Gibson Custom Shop. Peter Green. Les Paul.